let me know if you can hear me at all. So my mic's really quiet. Sorry, but I should be trying to use another mic and it's not working. So um, yeah, I know, right? This mic's pretty rubbish. It's all of a sudden, like overnight, it went from working perfectly fine to being really rubbish. I don't know why. And now it's going to be really. I don't know. Um, that's annoying. I should be able to run sound off my webcam thing, and it won't work for some reason. So mm, yeah, I don't know. It's not maybe because this is plugged in. Does that make a difference? No, of course not. Um, are you getting kind of a fuzzy feedback? I think it sounds like it is. Oh, rubbish. It's because when I had to gut my computer and rebuild it, and my new motherboard didn't come with a soundboard, which my old one did. I just assumed it would. So it meant I can't use my proper mic setup. I've got to use some rubbish mic, and this is where we are because I'm yet to buy a soundboard. So yeah, it's annoying. If it gets a bit too much, yeah, quite fuzzy. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. Turn you down. Maybe I'll try replug my thing in. I think sometimes it works and sometimes it just doesn't. Give that a go. Oh, I've got my phone on to try listen to my audio. I think we're just gonna have to. Can't hear anything, just static. Oh. Yeah, it's because, like I said, my normal headset would be working. Well, just let me know if it's really unbearable. Um, but to be honest, I don't know what I can do to solve it. It was working fine, and then like a week ago, something happened overnight, and it it just stopped working. Like me and my mate were gaming one night, then we came on another night, and yeah, he was just like, "Oh, you're really quiet," and I was like, well, "Why is that?" And yeah, here we are. Thought you sniffed too much plastic, Lou. No, it's not you this time. It's me. I was had it in the background. Yeah, so very much so. Droid deckers. Droid deckers. I haven't enjoyed painting these at all, but they're done. I've done hardly anything on them, to be honest. I just painted them silver, like a lead belcher, then a bronze. Painted the pipes black. Did a null wash on it. dry brush the bronze, put some little red dots on the eyes, and that's it. Because yeah, I just haven't wanted to do it. However, they're the last of my Star Wars I've got to do. So I want to have my phone on in the background so I can hear myself if it goes really crap. Yeah, we'll just hope we'll assume it's not rubbish, and we'll just catch up every now and then. So since I've restarted this, do we have the chat box coming up in the stream? I wonder. Not sure. How are you, Jay? Anyway, are you okay? This stream could be slightly your thing, actually, because when I'm a bit flunked out and not in the mood for anything, the one thing I'm always in the mood for is building miniatures. And there's a box of miniatures I haven't touched since I bought them, really. And that's my Perry Miniatures American War of Independence box set. So I'm going to base these, and then so I just grab a drink and base them, and then I'm going to just start building up some of these chappies. So yeah, because I'm a bit, just not super in the mood at the moment. I've got a load of Confederates, so kind of ready to go, sort of. I've just trucked on with all my Star Wars Legion, so I'll get the box over here and I'll show you. They're all neatly boxed away now. The Star Wars Legion, all on the red Geonosis Battlescape stuff. So I'm really quite happy about this General Grievous. I wasn't too happy about the lightsabers, and then I just stopped messing with them, and I thought, that's it, done. Darth Maul. I really enjoyed painting him. But yeah, I don't want to put too much time and too much headaches into it, so I just kind of near enough is good enough. So yeah, that's all like the Legion basically done. So I've just got to get these droid decks done. Mine are all built and just sitting in the corner. I'm still painting my Foot Guards Brigade, and once they're all done I might work on some Age of Sigmar Chaos. Oh nice, very nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to build up these chappies, however there's probably no chance of them getting painted anytime soon. However, I'm going to give it a go. So, I don't know what we've got in the chat. A few viewers, which is nice. Probably going to run for an hour or so, because I don't know, I'll see how I'm feeling. It's Sunday night. I was meant to be streaming at 8, and then Streamlabs decided to have a hissy fit and just didn't recognise my account, so I've just had to log in, log out. I've had to super faff, so I'm running late as it is. But what the plan is, at least today, is to get these base coloured. So what I'm do is I've just been painting it with this, the rim and the base. I'm going to leave the base, the rim brown, and then I just come in with this Luke's APS Martian stuff. I just come with that and just kind of put that on the top. So what I'm going to do is paint this all brown, stick the droid decker on it, I imagine, and then come in and use this stuff. And then that's them done. And I don't know, it's weird because it's Star Wars Legion, something I wanted to get into for a while, but didn't want to pay the money. But I've kind of just cracked on with the project. Really, it's gone quite smoothly. I've kept it very simple, the paint schemes and stuff. So yeah. Sorry, Jay. What Age of Sigmar Chaos stuff are you doing? I don't know a hell of a lot about Sigmar, to be honest. Age of Sigmar. So I don't know what Chaos factions there are. If I assume there's all of them. I've just seen Warhammer Total War has just confirmed ogres are going to be in Warhammer 3, which is quite cool. I don't know if you play Total War, but I do. I haven't done in a very long time, but I normally play it. So they've got ogres coming, which is quite cool. Yeah. I guess I'll try chat a bit more in this video and have it as a bit of an act rather than just a waffling. Well, not a waffling live stream, but rather than just a bit of a. You got to be there for live stream. Hopefully, people can watch this back and find it interesting as well. So mainly corn oriented stuff. I'm going to try and do stuff for all the gods. Nice. Yeah, you got Warhammer 1 and 2. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've got 1 and 2. Really enjoyed it. Don't know if I'll get 3, to be honest. I'm kind of wanting a historic title again. Be interested to see where they go. I got into small Paradox games stuff recently, so like Hearts of Iron. Table game I just picked up, which I've actually really enjoyed, was 2 games actually. So Divinity Original Sin 2 I picked up. I know it's kind of old, but I picked it up and having a good time with my mate Max. We're playing through that at the moment. And then I picked up War of Rights, which is a first-person shooter. I say first-person shooter, it's not a first-person shooter as such, but it's first-person set in the American Civil War, and obviously you're in line battles. At the moment, I think there's a server pop of about 200 or 300 maximum in a game, so you can get 150 aside, which is really cool. I've joined a regiment, the 42nd Pennsylvania, the Bucktails, and we play Fridays and Saturdays, and they do kind of organised skirmishes, organised battles and stuff. So, like, on average, it's around 90 chaps aside. That's more than one regiment either side, so it's not all just the 42nd, but that's really enjoyable. Very much like Holdfast Nations at War, if you ever played that. But American Civil War, and it's really, really nice. I thought about live streaming it for the channel, but I didn't. But I might do. Oh yeah, War Rights is good from what I've heard. I'm a big Hearts of Iron 4. Yeah, I really enjoyed Hearts of Iron 4. Played that as well. I kind of got slightly put off because the last game I played, me and my mate, we went as the Baltic states. No, hang on, not Baltic. Hang on, am I right? We went as Norway and Sweden. And yeah, we just like they're obviously not very manufacturing. Like you go play a game as United States and they are super tanky early on, whereas I think I played as Sweden and they weren't too bad. They had a lot of natural resource which a lot of other nations would trade civvy factories for, because that's how the game works when you do trade. So you kind of got your factories that way. But then as the war started to kick off and people were being able to support themselves, you'd start losing the trade, which is fine. But then I just found just got absolutely stomped. There was just no way we'd be able to get enough stuff up and running for the defence against the Germans. So we kind of got invaded. They kind of went through. So I'm playing with my mate Max. They went through his territory. Like I tried to set up a defensive line sort of thing, but to be honest, we didn't really know where they were coming from, and they just absolutely steamrolled through Max within like a few months, and because we forgot to make an alliance when he went to war when Germany declared war with him against him, I thought, oh brilliant, I'll get all my troops. So I got my divisions on his border and tried to go in, and it just wasn't working. I was like, what on earth's going on? And it wasn't until afterwards I realised because we weren't allies, I wasn't technically at war with Germany, so I couldn't go assist him. And the way the game works, I couldn't just declare war on Germany. I had to find war goals, and it was all over before I could even think about doing anything. So it's a bit of a shame, really. But I've enjoyed Hearts of Iron so far. Yeah, it's just every game you just get a bit better at it because you know what to do and what not to do. But yeah, we're playing Divinity Original Sin at the moment, which is quite cool. Bit of an RPG game. And yeah, I'm playing a bit of War of Rights as well. That's my Fridays and Saturdays because I've joined this group now. They kind of do regular events and stuff. So, right. you play mainly Romania player or Britain? Yeah, so our first game me and Max did, I think I was Britain. And who did he play as? Oh, he played as Australia. Yeah, so he played as Australia, which it was our first ever game, so we didn't quite understand how the game worked. And basically, because he played as Australia, he had no infrastructure for really anything. So we just spent the whole game not being able to build anything. You know, we had a bit of a fleet, and then Japan came knocking. And whereas I was with Britain, and I had quite, because obviously got colonies and stuff, I was in quite a good place, but you know, good fun. So what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to bother painting those bases because I really can't be bothered. I'd rather just chill out and chat. So, move there. Let's build up some infantry. So, my thinking here is just going to do it with Sharp's practice in mind. So I'm not going to try to do a 24-man regiment or whatever it is. But what I will do is 24 men of the same regiment. So hear me out a minute. 24 men of the same regiment plus some officers, and then see what else I can do. So I'm thinking, because I have no idea what to do, I don't know what regiment to do or anything. DLC is quite fun. Yeah, I can't remember what DLC. Yeah, I know what you said. So I might do Washington's regiment of Virginians as a starter, because am I right in thinking they were like the first Virginia or something like that? Luckily, the Perrys have given us a very good diagram. So I'm only going off what I've seen at some point. I would quite like to do a militia group, but not sure. What am I looking for? Pennsylvania, Virginia, there we go. So 12 regiment of Virginia line and the first and second state. 12 regiment. I'm thinking something like one of them down there, so blue with red trim, red facings. Although I really like the brown. I've seen some like stuff on Facebook and stuff. The brown looks really cool. I went off plastics for AWOs. Warlords aren't that nice. Yeah, fair enough. I played a game on when I did the Lardy Day. I played. Someone hosted a game for me, and I played. Sorry, I'm yawning. I played a American War of Independence game, and all the miniatures he had, which I was using, were metals from Perry's, and they were just so nice. So, also another thing I might do is not use pennies for these. I might do some 25mm bases and just change it up, because my penny pile is very low. So I'm just going to leave them unbased for now. So I'll probably just do the stream for a bit. I've got another cool project I've just started as well. Some 15mm World War II. So I actually purchased off eBay a platoon of American Airborne for like £7.50 posted. Yeah, that gives me everything for in chain of command to do a platoon or a standard platoon, which is cool. So that's something I'm going to look forward to doing. My entire guards brigade is metal. Oh, nice, yeah. I never used to like metal, and I really like metal now. However, I don't like the cost. But also, because like my American Civil War is a project I just want to go big on, like financially, metals are almost out of the question, apart from special units. So I might iron up the 14th Brooklyn Zouaves. I'm going to have them in metal. The Fire Zouaves I'm going to have in metal. I want to get this 70... It's either the 74th or the 75th Highlanders. Or maybe even the 79th, I don't know. Or maybe the 76th, I don't know. So New York Regiment Highlanders. Going to get them in metal. Oh, hey Millers. How are you, mate? What's your Landsknecht? Earlier. Do not envy you. Yeah, so I will go metals. And if I could afford it, I think I would only go metals now. The only thing with metals that puts me off slightly is the varnishing. I never really varnish miniatures. I do with my metals. However, I've had it before in the past. Admittedly, I didn't varnish them, but I had the paint come off my miniatures, and it just completely put me off it. So, yeah. I don't know. My metals so far I've got from ACW are fine. However, they haven't had much action, so. But yeah. Because I just get a brush on varnish. I've tried to use spray in the past and just messed it up. So, I got brush on. Sorry, I should have. Yeah, that's another. So I was saying, like basing these chappies, basing them on 25 mils, maybe. Mainly because I always like 20 like pennies, which are what 21 mil or so. But recently, I've seen people do. So Travis at Tabletop CP, he's based all his ACW stuff. He's just done his project. I think he based them on 25 mils. And I don't like how they look ranked up in 25 mils, sort of. It just seems a bit spaced out. However, you can do a bit more with the bases. And my ACW stuff, I always bounce between liking the way I base them and then completely hating it. Mainly because they're on the 21s. You just can't do a hell of a lot. But, you know, that's just what it is. Maybe with AWI, if I'm mainly focusing on this art, because with my ACW I thought it'd be really handy doing them for Black Powder as well, and maybe Pickett's Charge. So the close order trays kind of make sense, but I guess if I'm doing Sharks practice, if this is just going to be a Sharks practice force, you know, maybe I go on 25s. Because I don't need movement trays in Sharks practice, really, do I? I just have them as they are. So let's build some miniatures first before we punch out another tab. Did I ask how you were, Millers? I can't remember. If not, how are you? Are you okay? He's got cool backpacks. Yeah, so I originally bought this box set because I wanted to take the gun arms and put them on my ACW and have like a cool different, because these gun arms here are sort of non-uniform, slung over the shoulder sort of thing, whereas these are, yeah, whereas compared to the ACW where you kind of got your two poses of charging and a rifle on their shoulder. So I thought this would be a cool, because I was thinking of making like a militia unit where they're just really rough and ready with their, you know, guns, just no real training to them, sort of. However, these are actually smaller. These like arms and stuff are smaller to the actual American Civil War stuff, so I put the arms on and they're like half of, well, you know, a bit smaller. Just didn't look right, which was a shame, so I bought this whole box set for no reason. However, I don't mind building a AWI army. I thought about it for a while anyway, so I'm all good. How are you? Yeah, I'm really good. Thanks, Millers. Glad you're well. How was CrackCon? Hope you enjoyed it. I myself heading off to Salute next week, which I'm very excited about. I don't have as much spending money as I hoped I would. However, it's not all about that. It's not all about spending all my money, although I'd like it to be. Yeah, any of you guys going to Salute? Cool. I know. I imagine a few of the YouTubers will be, and they might be going for drinks at something like that, or just a bit of a meet up, which would be nice. Right, where's these guns go? There we go. Haha. Got it wrong arm. Thought it looked a bit weird. Got the wrong side. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking of trying to go to CrackCon, but a bit far away. But I mean, yeah, I want to. I definitely want to. And after I did like the Lardy Day thing, yeah, for the Lardy Day thing I did the other day, it was so much fun. I want to make an effort to do more like that. You know, they've got another Lardy Day coming up, which is cool. So I'm hoping to go to that again. I must leave to attend some schoolwork for A levels. Okay, enjoy yourself, Jay. Thanks for popping by and keeping me company. On my I'm bored and not sure what to do stream. I don't know if you guys get it. Like, I don't know. There's nothing really scratching that itch. I come up here to do some model stuff, you know, some hobby stuff, and I'm not really. I'm in between projects. I've got a load of ACW to paint. Not really interested in doing that at the moment. Just finishing off my Star Wars Legion, which I'm just completely out of the flow with. I wonder if I can bring this down and get a bit of a better. Yeah, and I'm not really interested in painting at the moment. I've got a project in the post I'm really excited about, which is my 15mm American Paratroopers. So I can't wait to get smashed into them. I watched Steve's video. He did a painting video for like perfectly. So he's done a painting video on how he paints 15mm American Paratroopers. So it's almost exactly what I want. If not, it is definitely exactly what I want. So I've got my paints over here from Steve's video. So they're going to turn up in the post hopefully next week, and that I'm really excited to just crack into. But apart from that, I'm just completely out of the. Got no painting mojo or hobby mojo at all. So, however, there's something that I always like doing, and that's building models. So that's why I'm doing it. That's why I've got tons of ACW built, and primed, but just not painted. Because I don't mind building them, I just got to be in the mood to paint them. But I'm going to chuck into it. Yeah, it was about 3.5 hours for me, but totally worth it. Oh, that's a long drive. I think I've only driven 3.5 hours a couple of times. Normally I say 2.5 hours. Yeah, I've been a bit like that late. Even though all last night was building around. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just nice having a building sesh, I think. Like, I haven't had that in a while. I had to, the last thing I built up was my Legion, and I'll tell you what, that was a complete nightmare, and I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it at all. The Legion droids are just so fiddly, like, a complete, and you compare them to, like, you compare them to I realise I'm doing everything out of camera. Compared to the clones from the same set, and they're like, the clones come in like 2 bits and you just plug them together, whereas the droids are on a proper sprue, and you got the body, 1 leg, 2 leg, 1 arm, 2 arm, the head, the backpack. It's just so fiddly, and like the head's just on a ball joint, so you can get it all skew if the the legs are kind of posed in a certain way. The arms are just on ball joints, so they can just flop around. And then you got the arms clip into the other arm on the gun. Oh, it's a nightmare. But what I was kind of getting to about being out my mojo as well. Kind of out of my watching YouTube mojo as well, you know. So I normally chuck on YouTube when I'm hobbying, but yeah, I've just gone on YouTube recently and I feel like every once a night, every night I might get a couple of videos I'll happily sit down and watch, and then otherwise I'm just kind of flipping through stuff, you know. Nothing's really taking my fancy at the moment. I'm a bit hobbied out, and it's just like I haven't even stuff, you know. Sometimes if I got some really good stuff to watch, I can crack on, but I just don't even have anything that I'm watching at the moment either, you know. There's a few update videos I'll happily watch, but it's nice having a big project that I can just really crack into. So I just saw Stug comment. Stug. There you go, Stug. Yeah, you were spammed or something like that. Don't know what that is. How are you, Stug? You alright? I assume you're commenting on the droids. Yeah, they do suck, PB. Unless you're talking about something else, then that's fine. But yeah, I've just been kind of out with everything really, hobby-wise. It's been a bit... What's kind of given it a bit of get-go was just the Star Wars Legion project, really. Like, me and my mate wanted to play it. And I felt bad that he kind of sent it all over to me, and I would have just, you know, I completely wasn't in the mood, and I thought I can't really just not paint this. I ought to make an effort, so yeah, I kind of cracked on. But also, I've done it all with contrast paints, so really quite simple. Yeah, exactly, Millers. I just feel like there's nothing that I can really get my teeth into on YouTube, so I'm like, well, what do I do? What I had it on earlier for like 5 minutes was Band of Brothers. I kind of said to myself, I'll watch Band of Brothers whilst I'm building up my Easy Company for because obviously I'm doing American Paratroopers, so therefore I'll be doing Easy Company. So I thought I'll watch Band of Brothers. I haven't seen Band of Brothers in a long time as well, and it's normally my go-to to watch. So I do have that, which I can't wait to watch. But I mean, yeah, I started watching it earlier, even though I said to myself I won't watch it until my Airborne turn up. However, I am going to stop myself and going to wait for my Airborne to turn up. But yeah, so I don't know. What I've done recently is get a couple of audiobooks, which I don't actually listen to my audiobooks when hobbying. I normally listen to them in the car. But I've got the Memoirs of Ulysses Grant, Stug. I'm not sure if you've got it or you've read it. I assume you have. But yeah, I've got that, which I'm ploughing through, which is quite good. And then I did just pick up the Band of Brothers book, actually, on Audible. So, although I'm not going to be watching Band of Brothers at the moment, I'll be listening to it. Really, it's just to get my hype in for my Airborne. So, Doug said, yeah, I built 2 droids and the rest have been in a box. I'm built for 2 years now. Yeah, I mean, again, I do really like building miniatures, which I think helps. Like, there's some people out there who just hate building miniatures, but I do. I like building miniatures. So here's all my Star Wars Legion, all kind of done. Just got my droid deckers to go. So they're sort of done, which is nice. Again, like, I think with this having a smallish project, oh, there's a noisy one. Having this small-ish project, it's just I've kind of rattled through it, and then yeah, I think you get a bit more excited about completing a project when it's actually completable, when you can do it. So yeah, I kind of cracked on, done that. Oh, you are struggling to hear me. Yeah, sorry, my mic's really crap. Yeah, my computer is really crap. I can just type. Okay, right. I'll unplug it and plug it back in. Yeah, so my computer had a fit and it just doesn't like my microphone now for no real reason. It just one night decided it won't listen to my microphone. And I don't know why. I've just plugged it back in. We'll see if that makes a difference. If not, I don't know what to do. Sorry if that's just made a really loud noise. I'm really sorry. Yeah, I can't do anything about it. Sorry, my mic's just going to have to be rubbish. Yeah, it's just like overnight just decided to stop working. Oh well, I can't do anything about it. I'm really sorry, guys. Yeah, just for literally overnight, it just decided to not accept my mic. I've been using this mic for about a month or so, and it was fine. And then, like, I was gaming with my mate, and the next night he was like, "Oh, you're really quiet for some reason." I was like, "I don't know why." And then that's the story. Yeah, I know. I don't know why it's very faint. I don't understand. I don't know. It's really annoying. But Band of Brothers. Yeah, I mean, I've seen Band of Brothers quite. I don't know, maybe 5-6 times. But not. Yeah, I probably haven't seen it in maybe a year or two. Which is going to make it oh so sweet to watch it again. And hopefully, I'm going to have. I mean, yeah, I've heard they were, but that was quite a while ago. But I thought it was they did do Catch. So what I heard was it's going to be about a bomber group or something like that, and then you had a series called Catch 22. I don't know if you ever saw that. So it was about American bombers pilots, and I assumed it was that, but it might not be. But I don't know. What I heard was years ago it was going to be about like a bomber squadron, and then Catch 22 came out. So yeah, I don't know if it is. It might not be. I hope it wasn't, because I didn't really like Catch 22. It was a bit more of a, I don't know. It was quite kind of realistic, but it was slight comedy to it. It wasn't serious, you know. It was about like a pilot who flew. So he signed up to the Air Force in America, and basically signed up for what, like 12 missions or something like that. And he did about 8 or so, and then he was like, "I'm fed up now. I don't want to do it." But basically, just couldn't get out. I'm explaining this terribly, but it's probably not the story at all. It's how I remember it. I watched about 4 episodes. So I think he just basically gets to a point where he realises he's just got to complete his mission so he can get discharged, you know, go home. But what the Army or the Air Force keep doing, oh yeah, I think it was more of a, yeah, I think you're right. Well, yeah, it sounds like you watched it, but yeah, so like every time he got to his finished completed missions, you know, they would extend it, and eventually got to a point where they had to like fly 50 missions before they could get sent home, and every mission he was just getting a bit more crazy. Greyhound. Yeah, I'm not sure about Greyhound. That rings a bell, but I don't know. Don't know if that was any good. What's Greyhound? I feel like I've seen a trailer, but I don't know. Maybe I will go check it out. But yeah, I've got Banner Brothers to watch, which is going to be nice. Got Pacific as well. I didn't mind Pacific. Just I don't know. I like Banner Brothers a lot. Yeah, I was saying earlier to Jay, basically my computer, when I changed my computer, I had to change all the gubbins, change the motherboard, and I didn't realise it didn't come with a, like, so my old motherboard had a sound card built in. Actually, no, did it? Yeah, I think it did. So, hey Leslie, yeah, I'm just my mic's really crap. I can turn it up, but I fear it's just going to be really buzzy. You're going to have a lot of background fuzz. So I can turn it up a little bit. If it gets a bit too much, you just got to tell me and I'll turn it down. But so basically, my computer, I had to change all its innards, and it didn't come with a sound card. So I haven't bought sound cards yet. I've had to use a different mic, and overnight my computer just decided it didn't like it. So yeah, that's it. That's what I was trying to remember, Millers, was what the catch-22 was. But that's it, yeah. So he was trying to declare himself mad so he couldn't fly. But then you proved, by saying you were mad, you didn't want to fly, you proved you were. Yeah, that's it, yeah. Yeah, it's quite funny. So, because I think that's what he got to a point, like one of his kind of pilots in his squadron or whatever was clearly a bit loopy because he just got on and enjoyed it. How are you, Leslie? Anyway, I don't know if I asked. I hope you're well. I hope you've had a good weekend. And I'll apologise again for the rubbish microphone. So I only thought it was an issue on Discord. I didn't realise it was a computer issue. So when I came to set a stream up, it's only when I started the stream I thought, oh yeah. Yeah, very much. Congratulations, Millers. Nice nice work. What are you going to do now you're famous? Can I have a signed photo? Got to be a giveaway, isn't it? I know it's a lot of people do 500 sub giveaways. I thought about it myself, but I might wait a bit. Might wait. Maybe one day I'll get to 1,000 and I can do it then. Maybe you can give away a load of Landschnecks. Oh, nice. Very nice, Leslie. Sounds good. I need to book back in at my games club for another games day. I want to get some more gaming done. I've just starting some 15mm paratroopers, American paratroopers, to play Chain of Command. So I'm hoping to get a game of that soon. I want to try run a game, the Battle at Foy, with the Easy Company and stuff. So looking forward to that. I don't know what it is. Maybe World War II is a bit too recent. I don't know. So I tried to look into some historical, so like Easy Company's formation, Easy Company's roster, Easy Company's sort of, so yeah, mainly the roster. So like at Foy, I wanted to know, you know, obviously Easy Company attack with 3 platoons. I wanted to know who was in each platoon, and I couldn't find anything on it. It was really weird. I could find out who ran the platoons. So yeah, it's just a bit. I don't know why that is though. Whoops. Sorry, Millers. I'll get back to you. I think I put an arm on the wrong way. There we go. Put the wrong arm on. Well, it looks a bit weird. I didn't realise you'd done a video on it, mate. Sorry. I'll go check it out. £10 Warlord. Is that what you said? Very nice. Very nice. Very generous of you. I thought about having to give away something for the American Civil War, but I don't know. Maybe I will. I mean, I definitely want to. I've just got to... So why are these... Have I done this completely wrong? Have I done these arms like the wrong way around? That's very strange. In this bot, in this set, it gives you... That's weird. I'll go check that video out. I don't know why. Unless it was in your Landsknecht. But fair enough for doing a giveaway. So, are you very excited about Warlord's Epic Napoleonics? I for one. Yeah, I mean, I thought I would be able to find stuff on it. I mean, I haven't dug too hard, I must admit. I haven't dug too hard, but I want to look into it because it'd be nice to. Well, I like the 101st. I know there's more companies out there, regiments and stuff out there. However, or divisions, should I say? I'd like to base it around Easy Company. So it'd be nice to try follow their battles. So I wanted to do them. I wanted to base my army around. I wanted to base my army around the Ardennes, but Easy Company weren't in their necessarily their D-Day paratroop kit, which a lot of the kits show. They'd be in their winter gear, which I don't know if there's a 15mm American winter gear soldiers out there. So, buongiorno. Still have half your ACW to paint. Too small, but the detail is good. Oh, nice. Really nice. So yeah, I think I'm just going to base it around Easy Company from the start, at D-Day. And then I can kind of, hopefully, try follow them through the war. So start off with their first jump, and then shift through to like Holland and then the Ardennes and stuff. But I just need to gather information basically. Until then, I don't know. But I got time. My mates just bought some 15mm Germans, so I've got someone to go against. I've picked up some of the Battlefront miniatures, so they kind of come pre-based sort of. So yeah, I've kind of got an idea what I want to do. I want to run it with chain of command, so I want them. They're currently based on. They're kind of based on 10 mils already, so I can potentially have them as individual bases just wobbling around. But then also I've got the Flames of War movement trays, so if I ever want to go into different rule systems I can, or if I just want to have them on those bases I can. I'm good, thanks. Yeah, I'm good. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. These historicals, yeah, not very well known. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm good. Are you good, mate? What's new, Phil? What's new? Yeah, these are my droid deckers. I was meant to be finishing these off tonight, but I really can't be bothered, so I thought I'd just build up some American War of Independence stuff whilst just waffling. I don't know how these are meant to go. Ooh. How many times can I drop a hat? Are they slanted? Are these hats slanted? Is that how you're meant to do them? I should have looked into this. I'll show these off. So these are pretty basic painted. These are my droid deckers. 15 hours is good for O. Yeah, so O group I was looking as well at Leslie. Yeah, Chain of Command, O group. Yeah, because I went to a Lardy Day the other day and I played Chain of Command, but they did have O group on as well, which looked really cool. So I'm thinking if I kind of the way I base them, I can have them individually based for Chain of Command if I want to do it, and then I could have their little movement bases for O group as well. That's my thinking behind it. Multiple systems. Does anyone know if these hats are meant to be slanted? I know who would know. That's Jay, and he's gone. He left. What are you working on, Phil? Anything interesting? Or I guess it's always interesting, isn't it? Loving the small sales stuff at the minute. Start 15 onwards and at the beginning of the year to replace my 20. Oh, very nice. Well, you joined at the right time because that's what we're talking about. Yeah, I've just ordered some. Is that meant to be slanted? Yeah, I just ordered some. Doug, you'd know. Do I slant these hats? It's not going to show up, is it? Do I have them slanted? I think that's a bit excessive, but do I have them straight on? They don't fit straight on, actually. I think I do have them slanted. Looks a bit odd. Flat, okay. Just don't seem to fit on the head that well. That's fine. Give it a go. Yeah, I should have done some research on it before this. Yeah, so I played my first, well, technically my second game, but I guess my first proper game of Chain of Command at 15mm, and it was really cool. I said on my video I did about oh yeah, sure, fantasy stuff, isn't it? Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, so the 15mm, what we use in the rules for, like, you know, the ranges and stuff, it just seems to really work. What is he? Yeah, the ranges just seem to work really well, and I like that. So yeah, so that's why I've gone for my 15mm, and also it's cost-wise, it's not silly expensive. You know, I think I paid. Admittedly, I bought at eBay secondhand some Battlefront miniature stuff, but I've paid £7.50 delivered. So it was actually £3 postage, so £4.50 for a platoon of American Airborne. So yeah, I'm liking that. All these hats just don't seem like they want to sit on right. I don't know what I'm doing. It's like they want to sit on wonky. Oh yeah, because you're doing your fantasy challenge, aren't you? Got the hots for playing a senior last year. These are Parry miniatures. AWI. Yeah, going back to yeah, I get that one. I never really played Warhammer. I had some miniatures. I had some Empire miniatures, but I never played it. However, I did kind of. So when I was a kid, I went to Car Boot and I bought loads of old White Dwarf, and so I just read through them a lot because I couldn't really afford Games Workshop when I was a kid. So I just read through all these white dwarfs all the time, and it just had that complete, you know. Yeah, sorry, these miniatures are from Perry. Where's the camera? There it is. Yeah, you see how the head, just the hat, like the way I can't really put the gun arm any different. The hat's kind of got to be cocked, but it seems to fit the head a bit better when it's cocked. So I don't know. I don't know. I know some did try to start the 500 point. I'd have loved to do the 500 point challenge, but I just hate the thought of paying GW prices for stuff. So not gonna. Because I started. I think I should have put these hats on before I did the guns because. Yeah, I see. I think these arms are meant to be. Yeah, I should have. Yeah, so I started getting into Warhammer, I guess properly when just before Age of Sigmar came out. So, reason. Old Hammer is becoming very popular. Two guys yesterday were playing Old Hammer and I'm a great game. But, just can't ask it. Oh dear. So I just started getting into fantasy just before Sigmar came out. So I bought a massive dwarf army, sort of second hand, and some stuff from GW. I was like, oh, I'm really excited. Love the idea of rank and file. Love the idea of the magic. Love all that. To then find like dwarves didn't really use magic, so I was like, oh, that's annoying. But I've always had a soft spot for dwarves, so I was like, okay. And then they're like, oh yeah, there's a new rule system coming out. So I started going to a games club as well up in North Bristol, and they're like, oh, there's a new system coming out, and I was like, oh, okay. So, and they're like, oh, they're thinking of using round bases, and I was like, oh, that's different. So I was like, okay, so I won't base. So basically, I was painting all my dwarfs up, but I hadn't actually based them. And I thought, well, I'll see what comes out. You know, if they want to do round, I'll put them on round. And so, yeah, I was like, I'm not sure what to do. And eventually Sigmar was released, and I was like, I don't know what this. You know, it's not rank and file, which is kind of why I signed up to fantasy. It was because I like the rank and file, like, you know, the rule of literally charging someone in the flank and getting bonuses and this, and this. So, so yeah, I ended up basing all my dwarfs up on GW 25 mils. Played a couple of games of Sigmar with a mate. We didn't, and I was just like, yeah, I don't like this. So I boxed up all my dwarves, and then I pulled them back out maybe like 5 years later, and made them into an Age of Magic army. So, I kind of, my main GW experience was Lord of the Rings. So I kind of had quite a few Lord of the Rings stuff. I never really played. I never played anything. You know, it was only when I don't know, maybe 8 years ago, when I went to this games club with the idea of playing. I had some 40k Tau, so I bought a load of Tau, new from GW. Spent way too much money. You know, I went to a games club, had a couple of games, got absolutely stomped. I was rubbish at painting, so all my miniatures looked horrible. I didn't like them. So it just put myself off, you know. I didn't do a good job painting them. It was back when I didn't realise thinning paints was a thing, so it was all just very, like, really rank, basically. Terrible painting on my behalf, and it just meant I wasted a lot of money ruining miniatures. So yeah. Sold all my Tau. Yeah, here we are. Sigmar is garbage. Yeah, I've got a mate who plays it. It's never really drawn me in. But do you know what it just puts me off is the prices GW charge. You know, that's what puts me off. Like, I'd love to get a Skaven army or something. I'd happily collect a Skaven army. I'd enjoy painting them, but like, how am I going to pay that much? Yeah, you're right, Leslie. Yeah, definitely, mate. That's the whole point, isn't it? If they just want to, how can they sell the same product again and again? You know, that's why they do this. It's just that's what they do. That's what they do. But I just not buying into it. If I had the money, I'm sure I would. But it's kind of when I like historicals because you spend not that much money, but you get like when you get. I think the first proper historicals I bought were some Warlord Anglo Zulu, which I have a soft spot for Anglo Zulu, so I just bought them. I don't know how many miniatures I got. I don't think I got that much miniatures in the box. But what I think I was at my news games club playing. What were we playing? I can't remember what I was playing. I have a feeling it was Magic the Gathering card game, and I saw some Victrix Highlanders, and it was like, I don't know, like 25 quid for 60 miniatures, and I was like, what is this? So I picked it up, and actually no, I think I had Bolt Action before that, so I got Warlord Games Bolt. I can't remember. I think it might have been Bolt Action, but like, the first time like Warlord isn't that much cheaper than Games Workshop, you know. But yeah, I think I picked up a Victrix box, and that I was just like 60 miniatures for 25 quid or whatever it was, and I was like, wow. And admittedly, when I picked them up, I wasn't the best painter back then. I'm not saying I'm a good painter now, but I do things a lot differently, and I think I do a lot better job on my Highlanders than I did back then. So I painted up the Highlanders, played some Sharps practice, which I liked. And admittedly, I'm not really happy with my Highlanders, so they've just been put on a shelf. I think about getting rid of them. But yeah, it was just that opened up the whole, like, well, I can get a lot of miniatures for 20 quid box set, you know. And then when my daughter was born, I'm not sure why, I picked up a box of Confederate infantry. I think it's because I watched Gettysburg, maybe. I don't know. What might have done it is Little Wars TV. I like watching their videos. Maybe I was like, oh, American Civil War, what's this? So I picked up like Perry's box set, and you got like 40 miniatures for 20 quid, and it's just like, wow. You know? And then that kind of... Because I always remember when we were off on paternity leave, when I was off with my daughter, I was just sat downstairs, she was in the, like, just put her down, I was just sat there with a dining tray on the sofa, just assembling these Confederates. And that was where it all started. And then what's really helped as well, one was doing a YouTube channel, made a big difference. Yeah, I've already got some tartan paint. Cheers, Leslie. I'll send you the link if you want. You can pick some up for yourself. Yeah, having a games club that I started going to as well made a big difference. But also having like mates that... What's made it a bigger difference is having mates that are getting into the hobby now. I've got two mates that were very much like, oh no, not doing that. And then they've kind of got into the hobby now, and then we just bounce off each other, and you find you're egging each other on, and yeah, that helps. Helps me spend money. But yeah, and then also, again, Victrix was my Republican Romans as well. You know, spending 30 quid for 60 miniatures, or I think at the time maybe it was 25 quid plus discount from my hobby shop. You know, you can get a lot of miniatures. And I've always kind of liked to do big armies, so I think what I shot myself in the foot with was not really considering anything but 28mm. Like with my American Civil War, part of me wishes I didn't heavily invest in 28mm, because I really want to do big battles, which I'm getting there. I've got the miniatures to do some of the smaller scenarios in Black Powder or Pickett's Charge. However, it's just table space, you know. Whereas my 15mm World War II, I'm hoping to start now. Like, I played a 15mm game the other week on a 6x4, and it was, I would say, it was plenty enough space. And also, I would probably say we could have done more with the table as well. The table was quite basic. There wasn't a lot on there, and it worked really well. And I think I could have some fun with a 6x4 at 25mm scale. You know, the buildings are a bit cheaper again because they're smaller. Maybe you'll want more buildings, I guess, technically, but what I'm thinking of doing is just making my own, making some basic buildings. Romans, you'll be getting to grips with infantry then next then. I really enjoyed the Republican Romans. Like I said, I've got about 220 miniatures. Was it 60, 60, 60? That's 180 plus cav plus a few extras. So yeah, I've got about. Hey Andre, how are you? Welcome to the live stream. I said I'll only do an hour. It's an hour and 10 now, but we'll just keep going for a bit longer. This was only as a bit of a waffle. Again, kind of going back to my point earlier, I didn't really want to watch anything online, so I thought I'd just do a live stream. I haven't done one in ages. I probably ought to make more of an effort to do them, as I enjoy kind of chatting to people. Yeah, I think I'll build these and then I'll knock it on the head, but yeah, hopefully this week I'll get my 15mm. Oh, how many times can I drop a bit on the floor? Hopefully I'll get my 15mm Paras this week and I can get on the painting then, because I'll really enjoy it. So I've kind of been out of my painting mojo recently, but I think the Paras are going to spark that back again. Is anyone doing anything tonight? Anyone got anything interesting, or are we just hobbying, painting, building? I said, oh yeah, I went to waffle when I stopped waffling. You have a date about tutorials for Paint ACW? Funny enough, yeah, I'm thinking about it. So I said I'm kind of a bit of an out of a painting. I'm in a bit of a painting rut at the moment, and I'm hoping that doing an ACW painting tutorial. So I've got all these to paint up. So I'm hoping the tutorial might kick me into getting a regiment done. To be honest, I wanted to get my Star Wars Legion out the way. They kind of take priority, which I said I've got these droid decks down here which just need to be based, and that's all my Star Wars Legion done. So then it's kind of, I'm gonna have my 15mm airborne to paint, which I'm probably going to jump into straight away, to be honest. However, I've had a couple of people ask now for these tutorial videos, and admittedly I'm not going to claim that I paint very well, but I'm happy to do a video just showing how I paint. So yeah, that'll have to take priority, you know. I think I'll get on to this tutorial video fairly soon. Just saying, I've just been a bit out of the painting, you know, a bit of not in the mood recently, which it makes it really hard to just sit down, and especially like with me when I paint in batches of 24. Maybe that's my own fault, but yeah, I'm kind of not in the mood to paint at the moment. You know, I've kind of been out of it for a couple of, I'd almost say a good couple of months. Just haven't been quite in the mood. But I'm just gonna have to make myself in the mood. That's a complete Confederate army. Yeah, more or less. That's 6 regiments I've got there. So I base in 24-man regiments. That's 6 there. So that's going to be Benning's Georgia Brigade, at the Battle of Gettysburg, and then I'm going on to Law's Brigade. So I'm hoping to truck through and get through most of. Well, I think ideally I'd get rid of. I'll get Hood's division done, and then I've got a few other things I want to do. I've got Hood's division. I want to do the Irish Brigade. What do I want to do? Hood's division, the Irish Brigade. I would like to do the Iron Brigade as well, but I'm going to have to go all metal, which isn't the end of the world, but it's costly. What else do I want to do? That's probably it for now. Mainly because I kind of say I want to get. Sorry, yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise what you meant, Andre. Sorry, yeah. I'm just putting some American War of Independence Continental infantry together. I'm only building these because I'm not really in the mood to do much else hobby wise. However, I'm always in the mood to put some miniatures together, so that's why I'm doing this. These are just going to be for a little bit of fun project, something I can use for Sharks practice if I want to do American War of Independence. So I won't go mad and put a massive force together for this. I'll just keep it nice and simple. So I was going to do 24 men painted up in a regiment plus some command figures, and then the spares I'm just going to maybe paint up something else, maybe some militia. Stug. I did the Irish Brigade for my epic scale, but I need to base them, replace the flags in metal poles and football for that plan. General suck. Yeah, I guess the problem with epic is it's just mass produced, isn't it? So they're not gonna vary their sculpts that much, because that's just not what they're doing. So I've seen people green stuff some of the sculpts, make them a bit different. Looks really cool. But yeah, I mean, that's just what it is. Hood's division, the Texas boys. Oh, the Orphan Brigade. Yeah, nice. So I thought I'd just basically do for my ACW. I thought I'd just do a formation. And because I had Hood's Brigade already done, I mean, I had Stonewall done as well, but I thought I'd do Longstreet's. Something to do with Longstreet. I really liked Longstreet. And rather than just making random brigades, I thought I'd at least try tie them all together and maybe do a division. So that's why I've gone with Hood's division. How are you getting on with your epic project, Stud? I keep trying to talk about this and I keep getting sidetracked, but I'm really looking forward to the epic Napoleonics. I think it's probably going to be about what I want. I know some people aren't keen on it, but I've been umming and ahhing about buying some Prussians in 28mm. With the idea of buying some reserves, buying some Landwehr, buying some Prussian infantry, all from Perry's and other companies. And then, this is kind of, it was going to be announced, and I was like, do I hang on and wait and see what they release, Because really, epic scale is probably what I want. So, yeah, and obviously that's on the way now, so... Yeah, so I'm kind of excited about that. I'd rather buy 12 and a half horses and try my hand at skeleton generals and stuff, but maybe. But yeah, that'd be cool, mate. I think I don't know what Callistra's got. Have you looked at Callistra? I imagine you have, but Callistra could have some cool generals. Hey, painting the first Louisiana battalion. Is that? I assume that's the special battalion. Wheats, Louisiana Zouaves. Nice work. Enjoy painting the stripes on the trousers. However, someone I saw recently, they drew it with a pen, the blue stripes, which just seems really clever and a great way of doing it. So, if you're unsure how you're going to do it, maybe consider using a pen. Stug said, I painted up all 5 regiments for the Irish Brigade and it's been in a standstill until I can find those metal rods. Oh, okay. Have you thought about paper clips? I did paper clips on my 6mm. Yeah, I mean, I would have been all over the American Civil War epic if I hadn't bought a load of American Civil War 28mm. Because I feel like if I bought the epic, I just wouldn't have used my 28mm ever. And the idea is actually to give the 28mm a big outing, you know, a big Perry Brothers style battle of a humongous table, and that's what I'd ideally like to do at some point. You know, I can gain access to an 8x6 quite easily at my games club if I want to kind of push that. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. I guess with if you yeah, I guess what Leslie said. If you don't mind them looking a bit bigger, and also with generals, if they're going to go on their own base separate to the infantry, you could probably get away with the scale being very slightly off. You know, that's what I would probably. I mean, you get it in 28mm, different manufacturers. You know, some are just quite chunky in comparison. Whereas Perry's are, I guess you could say Perry's are quite true scale in a way. And you get some other manufacturers that are quite chunky or quite heroic scale. And you can have them in the same force as long as you don't have them stood next to each other, I guess, on a base. Because that's when you'd notice it. So I guess if you've got your mounted commander, good work. I'm excited to see what their Napoleonics are going to be. I want to see what the Prussians are going to be like. Because I'm thinking if they're going 100 days, right? They're going to, for the Prussians, they're going to have to have reserve infantry. They're going to have landwehr. They're going to have Prussian infantry. So that's 3 types of units straight away off the bat, which they could put on one sprue, which I personally think would make sense because you know your reserves, your landwehr, or I don't know how you pronounce it, and your Prussian infantry. I think they all make about a third of the army anyway. I could be completely wrong, but if they all just chuck it out of one sprue, and I think that could be a way of doing it. However, I'm not sure. I noticed Miniature Realms put on YouTube earlier, did a YouTube post, and he shared a podcast with Top Chief from Warlord Games, and he just did a kind of a bit of a chat about what's coming up. And he obviously mentioned about the Prussian sprue. I don't think he gave much information on it, to be honest, but would be interesting to see. But yeah, I'm definitely going to pick up some. A few individual minutes. Yeah, Leslie said about the paint pens as well. 2 individual miniatures I had ordered by Spira from Sweden. Oh, okay. So they fit quite well with Perry's then. Oh, okay. You painted on the sprue. Okay, yeah. It's not something I did do it years ago on my 40k back when I was really rubbish at painting. I attempted it on the sprue. I just kind of found, again, it is probably because I was rubbish at painting back then, but you'd once you clip them off the sprue, then you got to go in and touch them back up again. So, but also I'm not a super detailed painter anyway. I kind of paint, like 3-foot rule, right? Tabletop standard, I'd consider it. I think they look good in my eyes. I think they look good, but they're not going to win any awards. So I'm happy to paint the rifle on the miniature because I don't need to get super detailed. Stug said he listened this morning. Yeah, I mean, I went to listen to it earlier, and it like pinged. I was on my phone, and it was, you need to download a podcast app, and I was like, oh, sod that. So I didn't, and then I just forgot about it. They'll have it all at Salute. Yeah, I hope that'd be really cool, Leslie. I'm looking at going to Salute. So Salute, Andre, is a wargaming show in London, which I didn't realise it's the largest in the world, apparently, for wargaming shows. That's what someone said, which sounds even better. So obviously a lot of manufacturers have their like stalls there, and you can go check them out. So Warlord, no doubt, will have a. I've never been to Salute. I'm guessing you have, Leslie. But are they going to have like a demo game on? Do you reckon? I'd imagine they'd have a demo game going on for new Warlord stuff. What's stuff? I'm definitely buying both starter boxes and slowly working on looking. They'll come out with Russians and Austrians later down the line. After ECW and Warlords, are they? Is ECW coming fairly soon? I guess it might be worth me just going through the podcast, isn't it? I mean, I'm hoping. I mean, if they've got it set up that they're just going to crack through releases, then yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. But if we're going to have to wait like a year or two for Napoleonics to be fleshed out because they branched out into other eras and then leaving the others half done, that'd be a bit. I mean, I guess if you're a Russian player, you play Russians, you probably want that to be released at the same time as other stuff. But I said I'm gonna go Prussians, so I'm looking forward to that. London show next Saturday. Oh, nice, Leslie. Yeah, I'm going to Salute. It's the first time I've ever gone. Normally, Salute falls on my daughter's birthday weekend, so effectively I'm never really going to be able to go. However, this year has been moved, so I've got a brother who lives in London, so me and the family are going to go down to London. I'm going to spend the Saturday at Salute, and yeah, have a good time, hopefully, not spend too much money. In the UK, London, well, you have the most historic tabletop events there. In Germany, we have Tactica only. Okay. I know America have got quite a few ones as well, haven't they? I always thought there was one in America. I thought that... is it HistoricCon? I thought that was the largest wargame show. You want them all, but it is what it is. Yeah, fair enough, mate. I think... Yeah, I'm not sure... I really want to get back into Napoleonics. However, I want a larger game, so I think I've just come to the point now I don't want to go 28mm. I'm not going to go 28mm for any big projects anymore. I've learnt that. I think my ACW, I could have done a lot more in a smaller scale and had games, However, smaller armies, I would do 28mm. But yeah, I definitely want to go big with Napoleonics, so epic scale should suit me fine. Matt, you have to remember that Warlord Management is the old GW. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, mate. 100% right. Yeah, opposite coast to you, Stug. Opposite coast. Um, yeah, I mean, that's another thing. Like, I know that some people weren't sure about the pricing of the ACW stuff, and I understand that. However, um, I don't think I mind it. You know, £20, £25 for the box set of, you know, for the British, for instance, you're getting 4 regiments, effectively. For 25 quid, if you think of it as a completionist mindset, like me with the ACW, I'm like, oh, I want to build this brigade, I want to build this brigade, I want to like at the moment, for me to build a brigade of ACW, it's at least 2 boxes of infantry, which is 20 quid a pop, so that's 40 quid per brigade. If it's a 4-man regiment, 4-regiment brigade, which some are 6 regiments. So yeah, I mean, if for instance, I think with like the ACW, oh, I want to build the Irish Brigade. You know, you could get away with like a box and a half of infantry, and then you've done the Irish Brigade. You've ticked that off your list, and you can do something else. So, if you look at it like that, I think Epic Scale's good. Do I mind spending 25 quid for that? Probably not. No. I don't know if it's just they trick you into thinking you're getting more things. Historicon is the largest overall, but does not have such a large trade show as the majority of manufacturers. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Fair enough. Yeah, well, I was hoping to kind of go to Salute with my, you know, Christmas money effectively and go a bit mad. However, that's probably not going to happen now. But originally I was just going to go to Perry's and try buy all their Mega Civil War stuff. Because, I mean, up until fairly recently, I had a shopping list in my head, and I have had for like the last 3 months of American Civil War stuff I want to buy to expand my collection. Whereas I've shifted very slightly now, where I want to look a bit more into some other stuff. For instance, my World War II. Right, that's 20 miniatures. I'm going to end the stream there, as we've just done an hour and a half, which is half an hour more than I said I would. And yeah, I wouldn't mind an early-ish night tonight. Back to work. The weekend was too quick, unfortunately. But yeah, thanks for everyone popping by. Stug, Leslie, Andre, Phil, Cat Roger, is it? Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I know you've been commenting on my stuff for quite a while now, but I really appreciate it. Yeah, Phil, Millers, thanks everyone, Jay. Thanks everyone popping by, really appreciate it. I'll try do another live stream at some point. I like doing them, it's just, again, I've just been out of the flow, you know. 11 o'clock. Oh, is it? Okay, fair enough, Leslie. Have a good night, mate, alright? Take it steady. Thanks for popping by, appreciate it, and thanks for filling me in with some information. Appreciate it. So yeah, everyone have a good night and best or a good end to your weekend, or the last couple of hours or whatever it is. It's 10 o'clock at night here, so I'm gonna go get in bed. So yeah, see you guys later. I'll be hopefully churning out a video soon to put on the channel. I did record it today, but I'll pop it out in the next week. And Painting is Choice